Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you could play a song by Rebecca Black called Saturday. And we're going to end up cabling this on the 4th fret to kind of match the recording, but it starts off with a cool bass line where you could kind of play the 3rd fret on the A string, and then we can play 1st fret on the low E string, and then open A, and then 3rd fret on the low E string. So if you wanted to, you could even start off with that lick, and if you wanted to, you could kind of take the flat of your right hand and kind of make that a little sneaky, actually, kind of following that bass line. And the notes we're actually kind of playing start on the C note. So we're kind of going C, F, A, G. Now the chords that would back up that bass line would start on a C major chord. When we play C major, first finger goes to B on the 1st fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret, and third finger on the A string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And then from the C for the F note, we go to an F major chord. And if you know the bar F major, you do your first finger across the entire 1st fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, third finger on the A string 3rd fret, and the pinky on the D string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, it sounds an F major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now you may also want to substitute in something called F major 7, where you do your first finger on the B string 1st fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, third finger on the D string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds an F major 7, and it sounds really groovy, happy. And then from the F, we're going to be going to an A minor chord. When we play A minor, first finger goes to the B string on the 1st fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret, and third finger on the G string on the 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A minor chord, and it sounds really, really simple. And then from the A minor, we're going to be going to a G major chord. When we play G major, first finger goes to A on the 2nd fret, second finger on the low E string 3rd fret, and third finger on the high E string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really happy. And actually our main chord progression through the song is just kind of that C, F, A minor, G major. Although you kind of hear some spaces actually where there's kind of just 8 downs on each one. If you wanted to kind of match that bass line, that could be a really cool thing to do, is kind of doing 8 downs on each chord. And you could kind of take the flat of your right hand and kind of lay it down on top of the strings to get a little bit of a muted quality, so that might be one option through the song. Now another thing that I like to do with a song like this is use something called a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So if you took the C and tried that a lot, you'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So we tried that through the chord progression. You'd have C, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, A minor, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, down, up, C, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, A minor, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, down, up. And there's a cool little variation though later on, actually, when the pre-chorus hits. And you may want to kind of follow that, where it's kind of a down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, down. And I'm kind of killing the strings after those down, downs together. So down, up, down, down, kill it, down, 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 up, down, down, kill it, down, down. So we tried that through our progression. We have C, F, A minor, G, C, F, A minor, G. Now the weird part is to play along with Rebecca Black. Instead of starting on a C chord, she's starting on an E major chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on 4th fret, then now your C is really an E major chord, your F is really an A major chord, the A minor is really a C sharp minor, and your G major is really a B major chord. But to take it from the very beginning, you may want to kind of start with just kind of that bass line to kind of work the intro part, and just kind of following that with the muting can be a very cool thing. So you may want to kind of start with kind of that C note, F note, and with the capo, it's really those other notes we're talking about, A, G, but those you're kind of thinking. And then from there, though, we might even want to kind of work that kind of 8 down on each one, and you could kind of work that through the song too. F, A minor, G, C, F, A minor, G, have C, down, up, down, up, F, down, up, down, up, A minor, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, C, down, up, F, down, up, A minor, down, up, G, down, up, down, up. And then when we hit the pre-chorus, you may want to kind of think about kind of switching to that down, up, down, 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 A minor, G, C, F, A minor, and then on that last G, it's almost kind of a down, 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 and then you kind of let it hang. And then from there, then we go into our chorus part. It's kind of that same progression. Now, one other thing I think about adding to the song that was bass notes, and a lot of times on the first down of the down, down, up, down, up, you could throw in a bass note for the chord. So bass, down, up, down. Then on the F bar, you'd have low E for the bass. On the F major 7, you'd have the D for the bass. On the A minor, you'd have the A for the bass. And on the G, you'd have the low for the bass. So we tried that idea through our chorus. We'd have C with an A bass. Bass, down, up, down, A bass, G with low E bass, C with an A bass, F with a bass, down, up, A minor, G. And then we have our chorus tag that's really kind of that same progression. F, A minor, but then there's almost kind of a stop time on the G. And later on that just becomes open space. But then from there, then we going back into our next verse. Now, something else that can be kind of cool through the song, and this is a little weird and it's very surf-like with the strumming, but you could do kind of an A string for your bass, and then almost kind of take your pick, and then do a really kind of long down, but not really as a down stroke. More trying to kind of break up the individual notes, and then kind of catch the high E, B, and G. So it's almost kind of a bass rake to the B string, and then E, B, G idea. So bass, rake, E, B, G, bass, rake, E, B, G, bass, rake, E, B, G. So we want to kind of play around with that idea through the chord progression too. So it's kind of a cool way to kind of work the basses and kind of get your picking, but some individual notes too. A minor, G. So it might be kind of a cool way to kind of hear some spaces in the song where it kind of breaks down and almost or something else you may want to kind of think about, especially with the basses, is doing this fingerstyle. And the way, if you're interested in that, your thumb would kind of be your bass player for the E and A and D string. You could kind of take the index finger to line it up on the G string, middle finger on the B string, and then ring finger on the high E string. So it's almost like you're dividing up whose job is what. Your thumb is your bass player, index's job is the G string, middle finger's job is the B string, and the ring finger's job is the high E string. Kind of that idea, and it kind of resembles the rake idea, but you could do kind of a bass G, B, E, and then come back B, G, B. So finger wise, I'm going thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index, middle, thumb, middle, or index, middle, ring, middle, index, middle. But I'm kind of thinking, or the string wise, I'm doing bass G, B, E, B, G, B, kind of with that idea. So that might be kind of a cool idea too, and actually, especially when it hits the bridge, you'll kind of hear that kind of idea come out. So that might be kind of a cool way to kind of vary the song, or even to cover the whole song actually. It might be kind of a groovy idea. So you might want to kind of play around with that too. Now, something else I think about with the song too, and this is more kind of a me thing because I like to funk things up, but it's something called a 16th note strum pattern. And if you tap your foot to the beat, what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're dividing that into two parts with our down, down, up, down, up. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that foot tap into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is a long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. And what I mean by that is if you take the C and do it down for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you do on the first beat. Then on the second beat, you're doing a down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up. And then on the third beat, you're doing an up up on 2, down on 3. So going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 up, down, 1 up, down. And then on the last beat, you're going down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So all together, you got down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down. So if I tried that through our chord progression, you'd have C, down, down, up, down, 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 up, F, down, down, up, down, 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 G, down, down, up, down, 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 C, down, down, up, down, 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 G. Or you could add basses to that. Doing bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or bass, bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or bass, down, down, up, bass, down, up, down, up. That'd be really cool variations. You want to kind of play around with that too. I know for myself, it's kind of a cool thing to kind of try some 16th strummage. Or if you know other licks around the chords, that can always be kind of a cool thing to kind of add those ideas into. So I want to kind of see what you can kind of say with the song. But that's the basics of how you can strum through Saturday by Rebecca Black. So good luck!